Hi everyone, my name is Jessie. This is my first YouTube video, so bear with me because I'm really not used to talking on camera or anything like that. I am a business owner. I own a women's clothing and accessories boutique. It's called I'm Jessie, and I sell my clothing on my own website, which is lovelionjessie.com, and I also sell on an app called Poshmark. So I'll put the links in the description if you want to check those out. I'm making this video because I just recently attended Poshfest last weekend, a couple days ago. And what I wanted to do was share some of the information that I learned there with other women who use the Poshmark app and were not able to make it to Poshfest. So I'm not going to be able to cover everything. Obviously, it was 2 days totally full of just so much information. So I'm not going to be able to do everything that I learned. But I thought it would be a good idea at least to give you some of the ideas and a couple of the key takeaway things that I learned from Poshfest. So hopefully you enjoyed that. So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I've been using the Poshmark app and selling my clothing on there for about 3.5 years. So I'm pretty familiar with it and I love it. It's literally one of the best things that I've ever found in order to have my own business. So if you're not on Poshmark, I recommend getting on Poshmark. So yeah, this was my first Poshfest, even though I have been on the app for 3.5 years. So I've never actually been able to make it before, but this time they had it in LA and I live close enough there that I was able to go this time and I was so excited about it. I've been wanting to go since the very first one and I finally got the opportunity. I've never gone to anything like this before and I had no idea what I was supposed to expect from it. So I was really nervous, but going and actually being there, the vibe was so cool. Everybody was literally there to uplift each other. We all wanted to learn more. We all were excited to be there and you could feel it. You could totally feel the atmosphere and the energy there was just so positive. So one of the first things that happened when we got there was there's this big sign-up line and everybody just checks in before we had breakfast and like networking and things like that. But we got this really cute little swag bag. It's like a little, I don't know, just like fabric tote bag. And it has Poshmark on the front and like little metallic rosy gold type lettering, which is, you know, it's cool. And everybody loves swag bags, obviously. It had in it a couple of things like coupons and things like little samples and stuff. It also, some of the things I was most excited about were this adorable little gold, I don't know if you can see, Poshmark pin. And then it also had a really cute little Poshmark pen. And one of my favorite things was this ColourPop eyeshadow. Personally, I would have liked if it had more makeup in it, but I mean, obviously everybody would. And also it came with this little choker that I'm wearing right now. We also got this really cute Poshfest t-shirt. That's what her t-shirt. And it has Poshfest on the front looking like the LA sign or the Hollywood sign in LA. And then it has our usernames on the back. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to get into a few of the things now that I did learn there. One of the things that I thought was most important that they taught us about was that you need to build your own brand. It's not just, you know, listing and selling things. You need to create an aesthetic. You need to create a cohesive look for your boutique or for your closet. And let your customer get to know you. You need to differentiate yourself from everybody else. And the way that you do that is by just building your own personal brand, making your own personal closet stand out. So I thought that was really important. Another thing that they said is, you know, take time and put care into this. Choose quality items. If you wouldn't want to buy it, no one else is going to want to buy it. So choose quality things and then care about your business and care about your customers. Have great customer service. One of the things that they said is, you know, just put a handwritten thank you note in every sale that you get because it goes a long way and people really do pay attention to those things. Packaging your sale, making it look beautiful is going to really pay off for you. So make sure that you're doing that. And another thing that you should do is check in with your customer. When they buy things, when you ship things, when they receive it, just keep checking back in with them and making sure that they're happy. Be available to them. If they ask you any questions, I mean, this is fast fashion. That's what they said, is Poshmark is fast fashion and people want their answers to their questions quickly. So, you know, if someone asks you a question, even if you can't answer it right then, you know, just get back to them and say, hey, you know, I can't give you measurements right now, I'm not home, but once I get home, I'll give you measurements. So just keep checking in with them. be available to them, and then importantly, be personal. So make sure that you're putting yourself into your closet or into your boutique, and really take the care to make it the best that you absolutely possibly can. Do you guys hear my neck crack? Sometimes it cracks so loud. I don't know if you could hear it or not. But yeah. So anyways, okay, so another thing that I didn't know actually before I went there is that the most successful sellers are sellers that have repeat customers. So you need to figure out a way to get your customers to keep coming back into your closet. Part of the way to do that is, again, to have great customer service and let them know you're available, which is why the handwritten thank yous and things like that go so far, because people feel, you know, valued with those type of things, and it's going to keep them coming back. And if they know that they can trust you to be honest with them and to answer their questions, they're going to want to keep coming back. Another thing that you need to do is continuously post new items. If you have someone that would like to be a returning customer to you, but you haven't had new items in 3 weeks, then they're not going to have anything to be able to buy, even though they want to buy from you again. So make sure that you're continuously updating your closet, that you're continuously adding new merchandise. And again, quality merchandise. Quality is much better than quantity, so don't just list anything. But keep things flowing and keep things coming in so that your closet remains fresh. Okay, so another thing that was talked about is that data is extremely important. So you need to keep accurate books and records. You need to track and log everything. You need to keep track of all your sales, not only so that you are aware of how your business is doing and whether or not you're making a profit, but because you're going to find out what's working in your closet and what isn't. You're going to notice trends for your own closet, what's selling and what isn't selling, and that's going to be able to help you when you go out and purchase new items to have something good. You know, you're going to know your own business and you're going to know what's working. So keep track of everything. Another thing was that seasonality in selling matters. So, you know, the most important time for you to sell your jacket or sweater is going to be around the fall and winter season, obviously. But the important thing is to kind of keep ahead of the game. So like, say, just for example, with the sweaters and jackets, people will start looking for that in your closet and start wanting to buy ahead of the actual season. So if you were to post, you know, a jacket in December, it may not be as easy for you to sell it than if you would have posted it back maybe in August or September, when people are looking for the upcoming season. So seasonality matters, and keep that in to consideration when you're listing items in your closet. Okay, another thing that they told us was that things that are trending in the real world on Instagram that you see or whatever, they're also trending on Poshmark. And one of the things that they said, which I found amusing, was that basically the Kardashians are gold. So if you see the Kardashians wearing it, talking about it, then it's going to sell on Poshmark. Another thing that they talked about was that price matters, and that when your buyer is in your closet, one thing that they're doing is they're comparing price. They're comparing with that same item with other items that have sold in the past. They're comparing that item with other items that are currently available. So you want to make sure that you have a competitive price. Also, that the buyer will take the shipping fee into consideration when they're going to buy an item from you. So if you have something for sale for $20, the buyer is not going to see it as $20. They're going to see it as $20 plus shipping. So keep those things in mind when you're pricing your item. And then also make sure that you know your bottom price. You have to know what the lowest is that you can take in order for you to still make a profit, because you don't want to be doing this for nothing. This is your business. This is something that you're trying to do to be able to, you know, be successful and have this, like for me, this needs to be my income. So I have to be making money at it. So I can't just let things go for nothing. I need to make sure that I'm making a profit so that I can make my living at, you know, selling my things. And another thing that they said, which stays in my head, is you need to also pay yourself for your time. You're putting your time, your effort, and your energy and everything into this, and you have to be able to pay yourself for that. Your time is worth something. So keep those in mind when you're, you know, negotiating with people, and know your bottom line price so that you're not cutting yourself short. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is social media. And I already knew social media was important, but it really is important. It's really important. So you need to be on social media. And one of the things that they were talking about is that it can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to decide which arena of social media to get in, because as you know, there are like 50,000 different things you can do for your business on social media. So what they said was to start with 3 different avenues and get those 3 working really well instead of trying to spread yourself too thin on every type of social media avenue you can be on. Pick 3 and get really good at them and do them really well. One of the things that they said was quality, again, is better than quantity. So don't just post everything so you have things on there. Make sure that you're posting really, things that are beneficial for your customer. You want to post things that are relevant. You want to post things that answer questions for them, or just so that they can get an inside look into your business. You don't just want to post random nothingness that nobody's, gonna want to see. So make sure that the quality is really good. Another thing that they said was to make sure you add your personality to everything. This was something that I've struggled with because I don't know sometimes how much to add, and how much to kind of hold back for my own personal self. But they made a good point, basically, that nobody's going to want to follow you or shop your business if they don't know anything about who you are. You can't just post images of what you have for sale, like, oh, okay, like somebody goes into your Instagram account and your profile and all it is pictures of items that you have for sale, and they may be beautiful and they may be amazing, but the person's going to want to be able to connect with you and they're going to want to connect with your business. So you need to put your personality into everything. And not that you can't post pictures, obviously, of your things that you have for sale, but add that in with, different other images of maybe behind the scenes look of your business or something like that. But keep your personality in everything so that people can feel your aesthetic, your brand, and you coming through your social media avenues. Just make sure that you're on social media. Even if you're going to choose one thing, like maybe you're going to start with Instagram, get on social media and make a business account for your business and connect with your customer. Because this day and age, everybody looks on social media to find out more information about the brands that they like or the places that they're thinking of shopping at. And you need to be there in order to stay relevant, in order to make your business the best that it possibly can be. You have to be on social media. So get on social media. I think I'll probably said that enough now. Get on social media. So the last thing that I wanted to bring up about Poshfest was basically, do I feel it's worth it? It's a lot of money. It's expensive to go to Poshfest. The ticket was about $200, and then if you wanted to bring someone, like I wanted to bring my husband to the Poshfest party on Saturday night, that's an additional cost. Not to mention that you're gonna have to book your hotel stay, you're gonna have to buy your dinner. All of these things are a consideration. It is a lot of money. So is it worth it to go to Poshfest? I absolutely have to say yes. It was totally worth it. And I would recommend it to any other posher, especially if you're really serious about making, your own business successful. Go to Poshfest. You will not only learn a lot of stuff, and trust me, like my brain is still hurting. I learned so much. I felt like I left there with, I don't know, it was like the biggest headache, but excited headache. I don't know how you have an excited headache, but I did. You learn a lot. But in addition to that, you get this total just community vibe, which is so awesome. You get to make connections with people. You literally get to make friends at Poshfest. And even if you just go one time to just see what it's like and to check it out, go. Next year, when it comes around, if you have the opportunity, go to Poshfest. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If you don't know what Poshmark is, if you go to my website, lovelionessie.com, which I'll have the link to, I do have some tabs on there with some information about what Poshmark is. Again, I'm happy to answer any questions if you leave them in the comments. And I'm thinking of maybe doing a video just basically explaining what Poshmark is, because it's a really cool app. It literally is one of the best things I've ever found. So, and it has totally impacted my life for the better, for sure. So I'm thinking about doing that. Follow me on Poshmark if you don't already. My closet name on there is Essie, and I also have a code for you if you're signing up for the first time where you can get a $5 credit, so that's pretty cool too. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. If you liked this video, click on that thumbs up thingy. If you didn't, sorry. I hope it was relevant to somebody, and I hope some of you got some sort of information out of it. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. I'm sure this is not going to be my last video, and yeah, bye for now. I almost forgot, I have some pictures to share with you guys so you can get kind of an idea of what everything looked like at Poshfest, and I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you enjoy the song that I chose so you can dance to it while you're watching.